Saving the world isn't cheap. Sooner or later, you're going to have to earn enough to buy the tools you need to win. And between you and your gear, there's usually a shopkeeper. Some games leave the job up to a machine or a voiceless or nameless NPC, but others do much more. Every now and then, we meet a merchant who excels at their job, or has so much personality that we can't wait to peruse their wares again and again. It's often a thankless job, but today, GT proudly honors our 10 favorite shopkeepers. Rusty's Real Deal Baseball is not just a cute title. This is an entire game built around haggling for real deals to buy real mini-games with real, actual currency. Rusty's Slugger represents not just a down-and-out former baseball star whose wife has abandoned him and his 10 children, but also a twisted psychological experiment on how sympathy affects our will to purchase. While his ethics are questionable, he is the only shopkeeper we can think of who is the star of his own game. And to be honest, we kinda just feel sorry for him.
Howdy! I'm Stan of Stan's previously owned vessels, and I'd stand on my head to make you a deal.
Whenever Guybrush Threepwood, the hero of the Monkey Island series, needs to make a big purchase to continue his quest, odds are SMILIN Stan is the man with the plan. The fast talker will hawk just about anything from ships to coffins to life insurance, and at times seems more desperate than Gil from The Simpsons. The adventures you can undertake on and around Monkey Island introduce you to a lot of strange and talkative characters, but Stan's energy is unmatched. He couldn't keep his arms from flailing or his jaw from flapping if he tried. Neither enemy nor friend, the enigmatic underground gun launderer, always accompanied by his pet monkey, supplies Old Snake with numerous armaments on his journey to take down Liquid Ocelot. He clearly knows more than he lets on, as evidenced by injecting Snake with fox dye. Although he tells him it's to use the laundered weapons, its true intent was to kill former members of the Patriots. It's eventually revealed that Drebin was acting on orders from the Patriots, but his true motives are still clouded in mystery. What's clear is that he's more involved in the player's journey than your average shopkeeper. Very few shopkeepers display commitment to the craft like Master DAIDARA, the blacksmith in Persona 4. Every time the player brings DAIDARA materials, he lights up and proudly professes his love of forging new weapons and armor. Constantly referring to the job as an art, few, if any other shopkeeper seem as genuinely enthused to be where they are. He's also clearly suffered for his passion, since he's missing his right eye and has an enormous X-shaped scar on his face. The wounds lend DAIDARA an air of mystique and dignity that we can't help but admire. These adorable white fluff balls have appeared in several Final Fantasy games along with other Square properties, and fulfilled numerous roles from party members to quest givers. They're no strangers to capitalism, and often demonstrate their entrepreneurial tendencies by popping up in the strangest places and selling you random stuff. Moogles have proven their competency in combat before, but it always feels like the world could be destroyed tomorrow and Moogles would still appear on street corners around the world, unaffected by the chaos around them, persistently managing inventories or upgrading weapons. Bomb bags, arrows, potions, or an extra wallet, you name it, Beedle's got it. First appearing in The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, this shopkeep has since been a franchise staple, peddling his wares in the Minish Cap, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, and most recently Skyward Sword. Although the proprietor of various shop ships, a hot air balloon, and a pedal-powered flying ship, Beedle isn't your classically smooth businessman. Shirtless, pimple-ridden, and with a bowl cut that would scare Ganondorf himself, it makes sense that Beedle's only friends are bugs. Regardless, we applaud his willingness to brave dangers and the pursuit of fortune.
Bei COGNITO ist Diskretion garantiert.
A key attribute of any great shopkeeper is a certain degree of intrigue. COGNITO remains incognito throughout multiple Ratchet & Clank games, and offers his services to the titular heroes for a hefty amount of bolts. Initially selling legally ambitious ship upgrades and weapon mods, he eventually branches out to black market weaponry. Slim routinely mentions evading the law and often relocates to shady locations. He's been mysteriously absent in the past few games, and one can only speculate as to how or when he'll reveal himself. There are plenty of memorable NPCs in Ocarina of Time, but few leave as big of an impression as the happy mask salesman. The overly enthusiastic shopkeeper convinces the hero of time to become a business partner, selling masks to the citizens of Hyrule on commission. His darker side, which came to light in the 2000 sequel Majora's Mask, is an obsession with tracking down powerful masks like the one in the game's title. Though he isn't exactly a shopkeeper in the sequel, he does aid Link on his quest by using the Song of Healing to remove the curse placed upon the hero by the Skull Kid. When you fail to keep up your part of the bargain, the salesman's reaction is one of the more remarkable moments in the game. Zelda has taught us several times that you don't want to get on the bad side of a merchant.
Got something that might interest you.
"What are you buying?" has become a rather famous line, with good reason. The merchant in Resident Evil 4 is unforgettable. With his tattered, oversized trench coat and covered face, he's both a welcome and unnerving sight. When the merchant shows up, you know you're safe, a feeling you'll start to cling to as Resident Evil 4 gets increasingly intense. Yet it's hard to feel completely at ease around the merchant. His cackling, gravelly voice is right at home amongst the grotesque Las Plagas, which is actually his greatest strength. The merchant isn't just a means to an end, he contributes so much to the game's tone, and is spoken of more than most characters in this classic. Animal Crossing may sell itself by claiming you can create and manage your own village, but this is Tom Nook's territory, and everyone knows it. For the entire life of the series, he's been the person you answer to first, placing you deep in debt from the word go. He's so ruthless, he even gets his kids in on the action, teaching them how to make even the most mundane item sound like a must-buy. Purchasing something from the Nook family is a way of life in Animal Crossing. No matter how many weeds you pull, trees you plant, or gifts you send, Tom is the one who runs this anthropomorphic economy. With special discounts, an evolving inventory, and a relentless chokehold on the real estate market, he shows other shopkeepers how the job is done.